Tom Porter, we're sitting at the Bear River Powwow grounds. There's been ceremonies here with traditional elders and the youth for the past few days. We've heard talk about global climate change, and there's been some suggestions about how we're going to survive. What are the main things that we're hearing?
Well, one of them was that plastic containers, like for water bottles, are very dangerous. And I've also heard too that people are using PCV pipes, is that plastic pipes, to their plumbing in their homes, and that this plumbing, when heat is put next to it, releases chemical toxins into the water. Then we drink it, it develops all kinds of cancers. And so the suggestion here is to try to get away from anything plastic anymore, and the things that you just throw away into the garbage dumps, not to do that anymore. Try to use glass or containers which you can wash and reuse. That's one of the things that people can do. And if we don't do that, well, then the world becomes a dump. And those things, plastic containers and so forth, I understand takes hundreds of years and I think thousands of years to decompose. And when they do decompose, they they give off toxins into the environment, which becomes the air, the wind, and so on, and the water. I also heard, and I don't know if this is true, but I heard that in the Pacific Ocean, because of the currents of the ocean, all the plastics that has in the ocean gets caught by the currents, and it takes it to one part of the ocean, and it's somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. There's a mass of plastic garbage that's, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 or 5 times bigger than the United States landmass in the ocean of plastic, which the currents had accumulated into one place. I don't know about the Atlantic, but they said this about the Pacific, and I don't know if that's true because somebody told me that, and if that's true, then that's terrible.
What are some of the things we can do to survive the coming global climate change? What are some of the things that traditional people are encouraging us to do?
I guess to find a spiritual connection to the life of this universe and embrace it, include it in their spiritual religious life, not exclude it and not exploit it, but use it for what you need and no more, so that the next generation and the next generation, 7 generations, will have something also to have to live. That's what I can do. And if they lack in that knowledge or that question or understanding is too foreign, then they should visit the different indigenous people and have meetings with them and exchange ideas, because we're not out to convert anybody to our way of believing. It's just that when the sun goes out, we all go out. When Mother Earth don't grow food, we all starve. When the water is no more and we can't drink any water, we all die of thirst, dehydration. So it's not a matter of religion, it's a matter of fact. And so if nobody does anything, then we're all going to die. Yeah. And so all we're saying is we hope that everybody don't die. But in order for them not to die, they have to change, including us Indians.
And you're going to start by convincing your wife not to use styrofoam.
Well, I was sort of just joking there. I don't have to convince her that.
I know.
I was just making a joke out of that.
Sure. Thanks for all your counsel.
Yeah. No, my wife is a wonderful, supportive wife.
Yeah.
She gave me 6 children, and she's been patient. We've been married for almost 40 years and never had an argument. So there you are.
How'd you do that?
We're spiritual.
Yeah.
We have the same spiritual belief of the world. We're one mind. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is Nick Vanderpaar reporting for News from Indian Country. Tom Porter at the Bear River Powwow Grounds.
Don't forget, tell them about the book.
And the book. Tell us about the book, Tom.
Well, the book is a book that I wrote at the request of my grandmother, who has been dead for 35 years. And she came to see me 8 years ago and asked me to write whatever I can remember she and other elders had told me in my life about our relationships, our spiritual things, the reasons we do things, the traditions of our people. And she says, write it down and give it to the young people, because all old people don't talk to their grandkids anymore, and somebody needs to talk to them. They need to know something. And if grandparents don't do it, they won't have no spiritual basis of the universe. So please write it down if you will. And then when you finish, you put on top, Grandma said, and Grandma said will be the name of that compilation of memories. And so it's so we did it, and it's a very beautiful book. It took about 10 years to do it, and I had lots of good helpers.
And where can we find it?
You can get it from just writing Tom Porter, 4934 State Highway number 5, Fonda, New York, like Jane Fonda, New York,
Yeah.
Fonda, New York,
Okay.
12068.
Okay. Miigwech.
You're welcome.